Rabbeinu Daniel Shalom Hamelech.
Let's do it.
How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Baruch Hashem. Ben asked me how Sanhedrin is going, and I had to tell him it hasn't been going.
What?
Hasn't been going. We missed last week.
We did mess that week. I was in New Jersey.
You were in New Jersey. Be'ezrat Hashem, meeting your Kala or something similar.
Instead, I was babysitting like 30 kids.
You were babysitting 30 kids. You should not marry.
I have a lot of nieces and nephews.
You should not be marrying kids. You should be marrying adults. And they should not be your nieces and nephews, despite what the Kabbalah says.
I don't even want to know what the Kabbalah says on that. All right, let's do this. So we're up to 7a at the two dots.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Shimi Veshiti Shava Zemirotu Siman? Is that where we are?
Yeah, it's some kind of mnemonic.
Yeah. Not mnemonic, mnemonic.
What? I thought it was mnemonic.
Mnemonic would mean that it has air in it. Mnemonic means it reminds you of stuff. M-N-E, not P-N-E-U.
Okay, fine. You win.
Yeah, it's mnemonic. Let's see what Rabbeinu HaRetzko says. Meimar Rishona hakishura lepasuk shenizkar lamala poter mayim reshit madon.
But we should do a disclaimer before we learn is that we should, for the thousands of people watching,
thousands.
That's what I've been told. Is that this is going to be an Agadata Gemara, so it's actually going to be interesting. It's not going to be about like how many judges are needed to be judged. So this might actually be an interesting dialogue. Actually,
we have to look up the Ben Ish Chai. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay. Hahuda Havekamar va'azel tuve the Shema ve'adish chalfuha bishte mea. I have no idea what any of these words mean.
So it's interesting. Let's see Rashi. So Hahuda Havekamar va'azel. There was a man who walked along saying, Tuva d'Shem v'adish, says Rashi, Tuva d'Shem v'adish, Asher sheshomeach paso. Praiseworthy is the one who hears who gets insulted, v'shosek, and he's silent. Umargo b'kach, and gets used to this. Umargo b'kach v'adish, kamo dash. What does that mean? Dash. Dash means like
Dash means to trample.
Right. So like if someone gets trampled,
if he's been trampled, he's been trampled. He doesn't whatchamacallit.
Right. Okay.
Halfua bishte mea. Halchu lahem b'shtikato mea ra'ot. Shahayu ba'ot alav al yedei hateger. So he was quiet, and hundreds,
like 100 other bad things would have happened, but because he took it on the chin, the insult, now he's going to avoid all that. Amalei Shmuel Rabbi Yehuda, Kraksiv. It says in the pasuk. Oh, this is why we're bringing this because of this pasuk. Because that we dealt with before. So it's like bringing another connection to this pasuk. Poter mayim reishis madon. Releasing water is like the beginning of strife. Reish me'adine. Discord is the beginning of 100 misfortunes. Says Rashi, Poter mayim hamaschil madon u'beseach Bekatata hutchilas me'adini.
Madon notricon mea dine.
So meaning if you don't accept it and you end up fighting it, right? If you end up fighting when someone insults you and fighting with them, now you're going to end up getting 100, not because of the fact that you're not being peaceful, but because you didn't take it on the chin. Now the things that you were destined to be punished for, so to speak, are now going to happen to you because you didn't take the insult.
Madon begematria mea. I didn't think of that one.
Well, who says that?
Rashi.
Who does?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Me'adini. Look at that. Interesting. But also, isn't there a famous? I forgot who says this. Isn't there a famous thing? I think maybe the Rambam says the story. I'm getting it wrong. I don't know who says it, about some early Rishon or someone who was on a boat.
Yeah.
And he ended up, when he was on the boat, he ended up getting urinated on. Have you heard this story?
There's a story in the Gemara about some rabbi that it got cold and he slept in some bushes and a dog came by and urinated on him.
But the punchline of this story that I'm referencing, at least, is that the quote from this man is, "This was the greatest day of his entire life."
Right. Yeah. No, that's the same.
The same thing.
It's the same thing. Yeah. It's a famous Gemara. It's a famous Gemara because if he had slept under a wall, because he saw that the wall fell and things happened. Yeah. It's a famous Gemara.
No, but I understood this mimer, whatever it is. I understood it to mean like this was, forgetting the fact that he was saved from other things. Like this was the greatest day of his life, like for itself. That's how I always understood the story, at least. I'm not saying I understand how that works, but that's my understanding of a story, of the meaning of it.
I mean, there are lots of stories where it's like bad things happened, but it's really for the person's good. Yeah, like Hasidim tell these stories every 2 minutes.
All right, moving on. Okay, we're gonna go to another story now. It's like an interesting expression. Like it literally means he dahava was kamar vazal. He was saying and going, like when he would go and say this thing. Is this it's almost like something that was like rugel bepiv, like something that was.
Yeah,
right.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
He would walk around and tell the story. Yeah.
Okay. Atarti plus genava lo mikdal. For 2 or 3 thefts, a thief is not killed. Amalei Shmuel Rav Yehuda Kruxiv Komar Hashem Al Shloshim Shei Yisrael VaArba Lo Shivenim. So 3, transgressions you get forgiven for, but the 4th, I will not, turn away. So let's see what Rashi says. Achrei Klas Kenav Lo Mikdal Klomar over Adam Aver Pa'amim V'Shalosh V'Lo Balav Paranos, and he doesn't get punished. Al Yitameh. Don't be curious about this. Like, why am I not getting punished if I sinned 1 time or twice? De Atrei Klas Ganva Lo Mikdal, because on 2 or 3, you're not going to get killed. The sofa locals rachorda, you'll end up getting punished in the end.
That's funny because the Kabbalists kind of say the opposite. They say once you do a sin 3 times, then it kind of becomes a part of you. You become a bar chazaka, and then the further ones aren't really. They don't affect your soul anymore.
Right. That's what I thought Rashi was going to go in that direction. See, I'm a Hasidish too. I thought that Rashi was going to go in that direction, but he completely says something different. Okay. But basically, the idea of this chazal is that you're eventually going to get punished, basically. It's a real Litvish chazal. It's beautiful.
Punishment. That's Litvish.
I feel right at home,
You know why Yosef is the most Litvish person I know?
Why?
He doesn't like when people skip Tachanun because there's something going on, because he wants to say Tachanun.
Exactly. I was actually at a Shabbos meal this past week, and someone said that to be depressed is what makes Litvish people so overjoyed in life. That's the greatest joy they could possibly have, is to be depressed. You know.
You know why Litvaks are so happy when they read the Megillah, right?
Right. Of course. Lisa, yeah.
Because it's the Troy.
That's what on the Shabbos show when we talked about. Then we all started singing Eicha together. It was beautiful. It was okay. How about the Avakamer Azul? New story.
Yeah.
Shav Beiri L'Shamana.
No idea what that means.
Shav Beiri L'Shamana. Translates here. Even if 7 pits are dug in the path of a man of peace, he will be saved from them all. But if just 1 pit is dug in the path, he will fall into it. Okay, let's see Rashi. Shaber L'Shamana. Sheva Baras Kriyas L'Ragli is Shalom Umikulam Yinatza. So if you have 7 pits for the man of a peaceful man, he'll be saved from all of them. Echad Barish L'Avid Bish. But if just 1 pit is dug in the path of an evildoer, he will fall into it. Okay. Interesting. So it's equating a tzaddik with a man of peace. Bari L'Shalmana. Shalmana. Interesting. Shalmana. It's an interesting phrase to call someone like, meaning it's equating the word shalmana and being a tzaddik. Those two words. Okay. Very cool. Next one. How David Kamar of Azal? The Azal mi beidini shakal.
Hold on. Where'd you go?
I went to the next story. Oh, I didn't finish Rashi.
No, I thought lava bish Amar le Shmuel lo Rav Yehuda. Am I reading it in the wrong place?
Yeah. Amar le Shmuel Yehuda. Krux Sheva Yibal Tzadik V'Kam.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh. How David Kamar of Azal? The Azal mi beidini shakal glima. One who leaves a court having had his coat removed. Linzer Zember Leza Borcha. He should sing a song as he goes on his way. Let's see Rashi. Debedina Shakla Glima. Misha Natul Bezdin Taliso Lepar La'acher. So the Bezdin took away his coat to pay back the other person. Lizmar Vlaza, Hayal Vidin Emes Dino, Lo Hefsid Klum. Ela Gazela Hatsiyam Yada. So because you lost the case, it shows that you actually were stealing this coat. So you should be singing. So we're going from a Litvish Gemara to a Hasidic Gemara. It keeps changing. The good balance. Amalei Rishmuel Yehuda Kraksiv V'Kol Ha'Mazeh Al Makom Yav B'Shalom. All the people who left Moshe's court would leave in peace. Okay, next one. Ahudav Kamar Vazal. Hinima V'Tikula Shafil. When a woman sleeps, the basket perched on her head lowers. When a person is lazy, the quality of his handiwork suffers. Okay, let's see what Rashi says. Rashi doesn't say anything. It's written through slothfulness, the ceiling sags. When a woman sleeps, the basket perched on her head lowers.
The quality of what her basket is becomes not as good as it was.
Right. Interesting. So that's what it says about Saltan Yimacham. Through the laziness, the ceiling gets lower.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. How David Kamar Azal Gavra de Rechitzna Ale. The man in whom I trusted, Adi Lexiza Bekam, raised his fist and stood against me. The man in whom I trusted. What does that mean?
האדם ששמחתי עליו ופתחתי בו, הרים אגרופו עליי ועמד כנגדי. די לגזיזה לקם. He came against me. He betrayed me, I guess.
Right. A gruffo is like a fist.
Yeah.
So, but what is this? Is like a different. This sounds like he's like expressing a grievance against someone. Like the person who I trusted, Adi Laziz will come. Like in,
Yeah.
like just a betrayal. Kraksiv, Gavi Shlomi Asher Batachni Bo. This is like the first version of Et tu Brute, then Fall Caesar situation. Okay. This Gemara is getting more and more random as we keep going. Next one. How dav kamar v'azel ki richimtin hava aziza when where does Rashi say richimta hava aziza kisha vasenu haisa azi benila ishki when our love was strong between me and my wife. Afusta de safra shechiva. Al rochiv hasayif hayinu shochim shaninu. We would like sleep on the width of a sword. Hashta de loazin rachminda. Now that our love is not strong, puria barshisin garmide los agilam. A bed with the width of 60 amos is not big enough. Wow. Amar of Huna, Kraiksiv. Kariksiv, but Adati Lachasham, but Abarti Lacham Kapores. That Hashem would speak to Moshe from on top of the Kapores, on the Aron. Vitanya, Aron Tisha Kapores Tefach. That the Aron was 9 tefachim and the covering was 1 tefach. Harikana Sarah. Uksiv Abai Shabban Amel Shlomo Shishim Ama Archo Esrim Rachbo Shosho Amos Kamaso. Oh, so it's comparing when he talked to Moshe, it was like this small gap.
Yeah.
So it's really comparing just the husband and wife to our relationship with God.
Yeah. Wow, that's at the end of Isaiah.
Yeah. So even the base of English at that point, which was so large, there was no space for God there.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy. Let's see, Rashi. Lo sagilon, lo dailonu. Harikana Sarah. Is that still? Yeah, Harikana Sarah. Govim in a karka. Harishakash baruch hu masher shchinas basar tvachim samach lekarka. V'od ba'orach hakaparis ba'ama v'chetzi. So you have the width of the length of the kaparis was 1 amma and a half, like 3 feet. Well, the besov based on the Shlosham was 30. It was like 60 feet tall. The archo shishim, and it was 120 feet long. Ushikishchatu, and when they sinned, nemar lehem eze bayis asher tavnu li shitocha shnasu lios mitzumtzemes besocho. That my presence here is like constrained. Wow. Crazy.
Yeah.
We should really read this on like Tisha B'Av. This should be like one of the Gemaras you read on Tisha B'Av.
Honestly?
Really sad. It's really tragic.
It is. No, honestly, this is one of the Gemaras we should be reading on Tisha B'Av.
Yeah. It's also it makes it so real, like the imagery of the Shekhinah, and like it's really powerful.
And it's going through, like it starts with Moshe Rabbeinu, and then it goes to Shlomo, and then it goes to Isaiah. Yeah.
It's crazy. Wow. It's really remarkable. It's also interesting that I'm getting the sense from these Gemaras that these Amoraim were picking up on what these random people would walk in the street and say. So this random man is talking about his relationship with his wife, and then they're taking it. That's how I'm understanding it, and bringing it into this beautiful, like,
Yeah.
Crazy. Like it says how Gavra, then it says, and Rav Huna took that line and then made it into this declaration.
Yeah, and understood. I mean, they're taking it and they're applying verses to it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to go to a new thing. What's this?
Did we get to the 2 lines? I'm going to.
Yeah, so we're up to my mashma. It's like 3 lines from the 2 dots. My mashma, it's going back on something.
The high lota guru lishna the kanusha.
Right. We said earlier that if you're even in if you're in the presence of your teacher and you see them making the wrong case, you shouldn't hold back and you should say the case. So it says my mashma the high los guru lishna the kanosehu. How do we know that the lashon of los guru is referring to don't withhold? Amar Rav Nachman Amar Krav yayin lo sishtev lo eskar. There's a verse in Deuteronomy that says
a Kohen's not supposed to drink wine.
Right. Velo siskor, not gather in. And then Rav Yaakov Amar Mehacha Tachin bekayet lachma egra bekatzir mechala. So they're taking the word agra to mean to gather, and losagura means to. So I don't understand the connection then.
I mean, agra means to gather.
Oh, yeah. So I got it. So gather means to hold it in, basically. So losagura means don't hold in, express yourself. Say it out loud.
Yeah.
Another reference to ogre meaning to gather. Okay. Do you want to go to the Ben Ish Chai now? I don't know how long.
I think we should. Yeah.
How long this piece is going to be here?
This is going to be the Ben Ish Chai is going to.
We might be here for a while.
We might be here for yeah. Pull up the Ben Ish Chai. Safaria. Where were we? Screen. Safaria. Ben Yehoyada. Sanhedrin. Why is it not on Sanhedrin? Why is it not coming up? There it is. Ben Yehoyada on Sanhedrin. Do we have this up? We don't have this up. There it is. Ben Yehoyada on Sanhedrin. Daf Zayin Amud Aleph. Rashid. I think we read that one.
No, this is already. If you go higher up, this is where we're up to. No, you're right. We did read that one. Let's go to the next one. The one after. No, we did that one. No, I'm sorry. You're right. We did all these. Okay, we have to go back. I'm sorry. You're right. There's a similar word here that confused me. Keep going down.
Dami Laguda the Gamla.
Yeah, the Gamla. I thought that word Gamla. Yeah. Here's where we're up to.
Pirish Rashi, Murgal. That's something that it's he's regular. V'yesh lahakshot lama lo amar the shema v'shati.
Such a good question.
Yeah. Why is it saying
What do you do?
Water all over everything.
Oh God. Should we pause?
Give me 1 second. Let me get a towel. There's tons of water everywhere.
Okay, I'll sing in the meantime.
You sing in the meantime. Let me go get a towel.
Hello, Stephen.
It's a glass full of water. This is what I get for bringing water to drink. I should know better than to have. I'm back.
That's actually pretty funny.
Why is it funny?
No, this is funny. I don't know how to pronounce his name though.
I say E. Olson.
E. Olson. Just in time for the big spill. Yeah. Hilarious. Okay. Now, I'll tell you why I like this question, even though you're not ready yet. But the reason why I like this question is because I read my first thing I did when I looked at this Gemara, Tuva the Shem of Adish, I had no idea what it was saying. I looked at the art scroll.
Yeah.
And it put it 50 words to explain it. I'm like, how did you get that from this sentence? Doesn't really make sense. And then once the Ben Ish Chai is asking now, why not just say
Shivashatik?
Yeah, so much then that makes more sense. And it aligns with a lot of other Mamari Chazal about this topic. Okay, he goes by Olson, so now we know.
Olson works. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you for joining.
Yes, thank you for joining.
Jacob needed a lot of support after the spill. He's really struggling and appreciates all support.
I am definitely struggling with how to get all of this water.
Oh, it's probably in the keyboard.
What?
Probably in your keyboard.
No, it didn't.
What
it was Okay. See, my cat and my dog force me to actually clean and throw things away, or my desk would be so messy. But now I have to throw everything away. I don't have to worry about it. Isn't it perfect? Okay. Where were we? We were talking.
So V'yesh Lakshas Lama Lo Amar D'Shem V'Shesek. You can go for it.
Yeah. V'nir li b'siyata d'shmaya im shotek kedei laharviach zchuyot. Ooh. That if he's just being quiet in order to have he's like, God is gonna reward me for this.
Yeah.
Hamecharef v'latet lo avonot hine ze libo yihye ko'es alav. Ka'us alav. That he would actually have an angry heart. The ein ze min hamuvchar. That's not what the best of men does.
Right.
Aval im shomea ve'eino margish shum tsa'ar belibo. But if he doesn't actually feel it at all, al hachiruf, the have adam hamurgal bazeh. If it doesn't faze him because this is normal for him.
Right.
Right? Wow. She'ein nechshav be'einav leklum. That it's like nothing to him. Zehu meshubach. That's who we praise. V'lazeh amar tuve mi sheshama ve'adish. And that's why it's better. Somebody who hears and it's crushed.
Right.
Adam haragil she'ein shmiya zu nechshevet etzlo klum.
You know, this kind of reminded me of something, and it goes a little off topic. I don't want to go so off topic because I want to get through these, but his first part about how if you're doing it just to get the schuyos, you're just getting it to get the merit in the next world. You're not doing it for real. Then it's not as good. And I used to think, and I'm trying to think this through a little more, that the idea of doing something for the merit of it, is like to fool God. Like I'm gonna get just let me check this box so God will reward me. I always used to think it's very silly and
Yeah.
very childish, but now I'm thinking maybe there is multiple different scales in the world, and maybe God has a certain scale of the outer scale. And I'm thinking about it also in the context. I don't know if you're following Paul's videos about Scott Adams, and but basically Scott Adams passed away.
Yeah.
And at the end, he did like a kind of like a Pascal's wager type.
Yeah.
He basically said, "I'm in." And my initial thoughts on it were, that's stupid. Like you can't beat God. Like either you mean it or you don't mean it. But now I'm thinking maybe there are different scales in the world. You know, maybe if you do it like even like without being 100% in, it's still you check. Maybe the box scale, although it is very adolescent, it is very meaningful. So I'm just throwing that out there as a thought.
So I have Rabbi Burton on the mind, and I have recently had Rabbi Burton on the mind a lot. And when he came on, I asked him a question. And the question was, if the Rambam's Hakdama to Perek Chelek is where we get the Shlosha Ikari Amuna, right?
Yeah.
Why is it that the mashal he gives there, which he says is like the most important mashal to understand basically everything, right? Yeah. Why is it we never talk about that mashal? You know the mashal I'm talking about?
No, I don't. Sure.
Okay, so he mamish, he spends a long time, like most of his hakdama is this mashal, and he says it's the most important thing. Okay. Says a child, you give him candy so that he'll learn his aleph base.
Right.
Right? And then when he gets a little older, you tell him, I'll buy you clothes, I'll get you things if you get good grades.
Yeah.
Right? And then later you tell him, if you study and you do well, you'll get a good job and find a good wife, right? And then once he's a little wiser, you tell him, if you're a scholar, people will respect you and you'll have honor and kavod,
right?
And it's only when he gets to be very, very wise and knowledgeable that he understands that obviously the candy has no relationship whatsoever with the learning how to read aleph base. Right? And that a good person shouldn't be studying in order to get a good job or in order to get a good wife, or that people should study. He should have a cheshek for the chachma itself. Right? And this is where we get the Shlosha Ikari Amuna, one of which is that there's skarva onesh in the world. Right? And so I asked him, why don't people talk about this mashal more? And he said, because the mashal isn't something that most people can get. It's not kedai, the mashal itself. Like once you're the type of person who gets it, you're not telling people about the mashal. You only tell the mashal to somebody who understands the nimshal already. You have to be siha chokhma. What you're gonna in cheder start telling little kids about the mashal of like learning Torah is so important that you shouldn't do it in order for your parents to be happy and for you to become a rav. Right? You can't. A person already has to be at a madrega to understand this. Right? And there's so much. I mean, I was thinking about this yesterday a lot, more than I should be. But like, there's a sod to Yiddishkeit being esoteric. There's a sod to Yiddishkeit being esoteric. I'm sorry, I can't explain it to that. I can't go through the streets like you've seen. I don't know if it happens in Baltimore, it happens in Los Angeles. People will stand in the middle of like USC. That I saw somebody with a huge sign in the middle of USC. Jesus is the answer, right? Screaming Jesus, or at the corner of Beverly Glen and Wilshire in front of Sinai Temple, right? Jesus is the answer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for the person who that's Kedai for, fine, Jesus is your answer, right? But Yiddishkeit is esoteric. For Chanoch Lenar Al Pi Darko Velo Misha Yizken. I'm forgetting the exact words of the thing.
Yeah.
Right? And have you studied this? Have you learned this part of Tanya?
No.
It's the most. I love it so much. Shar Yichud Ve'emuna. Right? He says, what is this verse saying to you? Teach a child according to his ways.
Yeah.
And when he gets older, he's not going to depart from it.
Mm-hmm.
How can that be? If you're teaching him according to his ways, right? Then that means that you're teaching him something that's less than perfect.
Right.
Because it's according to his ways.
Right.
Then why would you want him when he gets older not to like, if it's something that he should keep when he's older, why is it called Al Pi Darko? Why are you teaching? Say, here, teach a child something that when he gets older, it'll be good for him and he'll keep it, right?
Yeah.
And he explains there that this is honestly like the sod of Shema Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Right? The quiet part, Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed, right? The quiet part is there in the Shema Yisrael. But the Shema Yisrael is the sod. I don't know if I'm making any sense to you. But it's like blown my mind so much, and I've been just thinking about it so much. Oh,
I really like what you just did with the Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto. I really like that.
Yeah,
he
says that. He says that.
Oh, he says that. That's the time.
He says this whole memra is on Shema Yisrael.
Okay.
It's Shar Yichud Ve'emuna. It's it's the hardest part of Tanya.
Wow. And
a lot of people are like, when I say it's my favorite part, they're like, okay, you're bragging because you're pretending you understand it. Right? But it's just Shar Yichud Ve'emuna just does it for me.
It's funny. I was talking to a friend about this morning, actually, about how I think one of the issues in the general like Orthodox culture is forgetting about this secret, this esoteric value within, like if you read. Oh, and I said this before, and Yoav didn't like that I said this because I think he misunderstood what I was trying to say. I love that you can open up basically any verse in Tanakh and basically be like, this makes zero sense. I love that. I love that because it means there's endless. It's just inexhaustible. You could like I was studying today. I was learning Joshua, and like they send out the spies. Jericho.
Yeah.
They end up having this whole conversation, this ridiculous conversation with Rachav, back and forth. Yeah. We don't ever talk about the spying. And that's like a classic biblical text. Like, this makes zero sense out of taste. Like, you were sent to spy, and then we have this ridiculous conversation with this one woman, and then there's a whole deal. But it's like, she takes up the entire story. It's like, what happened to you checking if it's a dangerous city or not? Like, what happened to the primary mission? So I love that, where you literally can't open a text and be like, this makes sense. Everything makes zero sense. And to me, it calls to you to try to make sense out of it. And you do that every single day. And to me, that is the beauty in it, that tension of being like, I know this makes sense, but it also doesn't make sense. So how do I work with that, you know? So,
well, I mean,
I think that's what you're trying to say, is it not?
It is, but Okay, so I think you have to take it a little bit weiter, which is Chanoch Lenar al pi darko.
Yeah.
It's not that the first reading makes zero sense, right? Okay, so one of the things one of the
first
number
reading
one,
actually does make sense. By the way, I will
what?
agree. The first reading, if you do it simply, it does make sense. I agree.
Exactly.
The first
That's
reading.
it. That's it. It does make sense. But then so one of the questions I get the most from Christians is, does it really say in the Gemara that David HaMelech never sinned?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The famous Gemara, whoever says David HaMelech Ein beyado ela taos. Right? He has nothing in his hands but mistakes. Right? It's like, what are you talking about? It like calls him a murderer. It calls him right? Right?
Yeah.
He says, I thought I was going to listen to some Talmud, but this might be better. I love the hitlahavut.
There you go. There you go.
Right? And it's like, you and I have the way I explain it to people is, look, the Bible has to make sense to the guy who's in a Las Vegas hotel room.
Right.
Picking up a Bible because he just spent money he didn't have on hookers and blow.
Yes.
Right? And he's opening the Bible and he's reading about David HaMelech and he sees himself in it.
Yes.
As much as it does a 90-year-old rabbi, right? Who's opening up his Tanakh.
Yes.
Right? And chazering it for the 1000th time.
Yes.
Right? It has to apply to the both of them. That's the Pele. That's the Pele.
Exactly. I think that's perfect. I think that's perfect what you're saying. I agree 100%. Yeah. Like I had this morning, I've learned that story of Joshua probably a dozen times. And I learned this morning, I was like, wait, I just realized the story makes zero sense at all. Like no sense. Like, so for sure, I completely agree. And that's what, by the way, this is what they say about Rashi. They say the godless of Rashi is that I learned Rashi in first grade, and you can learn it as a 90-year-old, and you're still, so.
Yeah, this is why I love the Rebbe's Rashi Sichas. That's why I get so excited about Rashi Sichas.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, back to the
Beresh Chai.
Back to the Beresh
Chai. So it's talking about Perish Rashi Zal Hochel al Yedei Shtikaso Mea Rose. Nearly without the Shmaya Kavana who Hayatzarach Lasos Mudan al Shefet al like a mishpat zeh. Velo asa el shazak az yelach me'elav shlitas osius sam shel ploni. Oh, she misaper midon 100. She misbar mea.
Well, samach mem is samach mem.
So samach mem is 100.
V'yadua the kol ra asher ba min ploni yavo min otiot samach mem.
Right. So he got mem from someone else, and that takes away his 100 punishments, basically, something like that.
Yeah, it's keeping the samach mem away.
Correct. Yeah. The Beresh Chai loves samach mem. That's going to be everywhere for sure in his literature.
So to explain to our good friends, samach mem is the first two letters of the name of a demon we usually do not name. Okay. Kra Kasiv, Poter Mayim Reshit Madon, nearly Siyatishmai. Shoresh Hatluna Adam Mitlonen al Chavero, al Shabazehu, Hu Otiot Lan. So the source of a person being complaining about somebody else dishonoring him comes from the letters
Lam and Nun. Okay.
which I guess is Gematria 50. We'll see if he talks about that. Vehine otiot lan kra'am hakatuv reshit madon. So it says poter mayim reshit madon. So
Ki Osios Lan ben Mamalo and Lam and Nun. Oh, so if you take the letters
lamed nun.
Nun, fill it. Hamilahu Osios Madon. Why is that mud? Oh,
It's the fullness of mem dalet vav nun
right.
is lan madon. Yeah.
Right.
Hamilui hu otiot madon. V'yadua de otiot hapashut nikraim reshit laotiot hamilui. Right.
Right.
The letters themselves are the shoresh of the fullness of it. Habayim achrehem. Im ken reshit otiot madon hu otiot lan remez bazeh im ha'adam lan al chavero shebazehu sofo lavo liyadei madon.
Right.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry, that doesn't translate.
Too complicated to translate.
Yeah. V'zeu shene'emar poter mayim רצונו לומר מתחיל בקצתה עם חברו שבזהו שעושה מריבה הוא מחמת ראשית מדון. כלומר, בשביל שהוא לן, the beginning of מדון is that a person has a complaint על חברו. כי אותיות לן הם ראשית אותיות מדון, אז כיוון דהוא לן על חברו, סופו לבוא לידי מדון, שהוא פותר מים שמתחיל במריבה. So he's starting these waters, he's opening up the floodgates, I guess.
Right.
To the thing. ואמר רש מאה דיני, כי המדון נמשך ויוצא מן האותיות סמך מם, דפלוני, שהם 100 דיני שמספר סמך מם הוא 100.
I wish he got into this whole sugya of how the Avakam Rabazal got into like his theory about it, but he doesn't. Shave berry l'shamana v'chad la'oved bish. So this is that for a peaceful person, if you put 7 pits, they get away with it. V'chad la'oved bish. But if you for an evil person, 1 pit and he falls into it. Perish Rashi Zal Shevabar's Chris Laragli Ish Shalom and we kula minatzal. V'chad berry le'oved bish shipo b'takala rishon balo. He falls in the first pit. Nearly to Sat Shmaya. Hatam dinakat shave beire al pimasha amru derav Acha bar Yaakov bitel laoso mazik. Oh, he's quoting a Gemara in Kedushin.
Yeah.
Bitel laoso mazik dahavi dimei letnina sheyesh lo shiva roshim. So there was like a snake or something that had 7 heads, and had 7 stomachs. V'chol kriya yamapo rosh echad imenu. So somehow he defeated this beast.
Yeah.
Perish Megal Amukos, the Klipas Esav Yesh Sheva Kochos, that the Klipa of Esav has 7 strength. Sheva Kochos Tuma.
Yeah.
Samach Mem Sar Shel Esav Yesh Sheva Shemos. Ki Samach Mem Hu Malach Hamaves Hu Yetzahar Yesh Sheva Shemos. Vitzrach Yaakov Yino V'Shalom Leishtacho Sheva Pa'amim. Al Gishto Alachiv connected Shiva Roshim, connected these 7 heads. Ilo li palem.
Yeah, to make them fall.
L'chein Ravacha Nikar Ravacha bar Yaakov Asu Kamosha Asa Yaakov Avino Avsham Eitzel Esav Ad Kan Risham. Wild.
That's why he's called the son of Yaakov.
Wow.
Because like the Yaakov, I see.
Oh my god. Okay, we can't try to do that either. This is getting crazy. This is like, it's just amazing the amount of, this is like real. I actually kind of, what's really cool about this, I think, of learning Ben Yehuda is he lived what, in the 1800s, I think we said?
Yeah, and then in the 1900s. He died in 1920 something.
So it's so cool that we're learning this ancient Talmudic text, which is 2,000 years old, which is full of rabbinic lore. And then we're learning this person who lived only 150 years ago. And
he died in 1909.
Yeah, so he lived 130 years ago, and he's expanding things so much. So it's a really beautiful thing to like connect 2,000 years ago and now. I think it's really beautiful. ולכן כנגד שבע כוחos טומאה נזכר אמר שבי בר לשמונו שחופר לו היצהר שבע ברוס להפילו בהם וכאשר אסר יעקב באוסו נחש שניר לו בשבע ראשים אך מכולם ינצל וכאשר גבר רב יעקב וביטלו והוא נוצל ולכן נקרא בר יעקב 188 ששמע Allah בכפלים כמניין shalom. Okay, so his name multiplied by 2 it equals shalom. ולכן קרא לו כאן שלמונה, ועל זה מביא שבע יפול צדיק וקם, שנאמר בפסוק זה שבע קריאש אסר יעקב יעקב ונפלסו להרג המזיק וזהו ייפול וקם. Insanity.
What's so Shalmana is 376.
No.
Yes, Shalmana. Yeah.
No, Shalom times 2 is 376.
Okay.
So
no, Yaakov times 2 is 376.
Oh, Shalom is. Oh, you're right. I should know it. Shalom's my middle name. I should know the gematria.
Yeah.
Shalom is 376. Right. So Yaakov times 2 is.
Oh, and that's why it says La Shalmana because it's
correct because of Shalom. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Essentially, if you want to be crazy and say that he's addressing my question of like Tzaddik versus Shalmana, you could say he's addressing my question.
He is.
Okay. Yetsu Alecho V'Shiva Drachim Yanasu nearly beside the Tmai B'Shem the I see Shave Berry Heavy Apostle Shel Yitzakam Shaykh Zev and Feels Habar. What does it mean?
Yeah, so he's saying the pasuk is because of the 7. Yeah, I mean it's kind of pashut. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is he trying to say that you could have used the pasuk in the Torah, not a pasuk in Mishlei? Is that what he's trying to say? I'm not sure. Torah, b'derech echad yetzu elecha v'shiv derachim yinasu mishum da I see shave berry heavy apasuk shall yitzad v'kam the shaykh zev and feels at bar. I think he's saying it's better to do come to get up than to do running away because when you get up from a pit and running away is maybe not pit related or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what he's saying by that.
pasuk min Torah b'derech echad yetzu elecha v'shiv derachim yinasu mishum the aite shev bere heavy hapasuk shaykh zeb and nefila dibur. It's because it's talking about falling,
right? Which is
right.
More.
Yeah. Okay. Next
one, go for it.
Haluda Avakama, the Azal Mibay Dina Shaklu Glima that they took that they took his coat. Lizmar Lezel Baorcha. He should be singing. Pirsh Derech Baal Din She'ena Makabel Alav Hadin Beratzon Lev Kishayatza Chayav Az Kishaholech B'derech Mimakom Hadayanim Ad Beito O Chanuto Hu Tzoek Umitraem Al Hadayanim because he's going to complain Shechayevu Oto V'zehu Mase Shotem Ki Adarab Tzarich Sheyamar Zemirot V'Tishpachot L'Dayanim Shehitzilu Oto Min HaGzela Sh'ayta B'Yado B'Mkom Tza'akot V'Truomot Tzarich Lomar Zemirot V'Tishpachot B'Derech B'Tze'eto Mimakom Beit Din. That's pretty.
Yeah, cool. Seems like he's just explaining it. Yeah.
The Havik Hamar V'Azil He Naima V'Dikula Shapil. What was this one?
This was with the basket lowering.
Oh, the basket lowering. Yeah.
Okay.
Nearly B'Siyat Shmaya Mikodem Hayu Nohagim Hanashim La'asot Kishurot Harbe Bekovea Shabarosha Ve'elu HaKishurim Tzarich Sheyihu Mehudakim B'Chozek Me'ot Ve'im Rafuim Yeh HaKova Im Kishurav Mechuar Megune Ve'yesh Isha מחמת עצלותה, אינה עושה כישוריה מהודקים בחוזק יפה, ולכן בעת השינה יתקלקלו הכישורות ותתגנה בזה הכובע שלובשת בראשה לעיני כל הרואים, ולזה אמר בעצלתיים יימח המקרא, זה הכובע שהוא מקרא גוף האדם. I guess, I mean, he's just giving a explanation historically of how he saw it, that women used to wear hats that they tied, and somebody who was lazy, the hat itself would lose its shape.
Right.
Okay. Hahu da'avad kamar va'az gavra rachitzna ale ad ye legazized v'kam pirush asu nitparech esav nitparech becherev v'zehu kli zeino v'haboteach bo la'asot shalom imo adraba marim alav zayeno. So Esav was blessed with the sword, and this is his instrument, and he
right. If you try to make shalom with him, he's going to end up using his sword, basically.
Yeah. Vahu hadvar da Amar Rabbi Yochanan Babatra Hirna Kad Havu Amrinan Bebe Midrasha. The Mode Lahon Nafil Biyedhon. I don't know this Gemara, and my Aramaic is not that good. The Mitrachitz Alehon Delay Dilhon.
Uparashti b'shat t'shmai masha hasach lomer dahavi amarin dvarim elu b'midrasha hainu mipnei sham kol Torah matzoi shu machniach harav Esav.
So in the Beit Midrash,
like Hakol Kol Yaakov v'day midei Esav, that if you, I don't know how exactly translating the Gemara, but he's translating it is that when you're in the Beis Medrash, the Kol Torah is gonna help you with the
Hakol Kol Yaakov v'day midei Esav.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hahu dehava kamar bazil ki rachmintin hava aziza apusin.
This is the one. Yeah.
Sira shavchin hashad lo aziza rachmintin porta barshishin gamida lo sagilan. Also, interesting that like love is translated to rachamim. Like you see,
in what you call it, the rachimna is ahava. Rachimna in Aramaic.
Yeah. Nearly. If there's peace and camaraderie within the Jewish people, even if there's this the sword, no kmas b'olam, shavchin Yisrael b'nuchsu. Even if there's war in the world, the Jews will be fine. Shinemar ushchachtem ve'ein machrit. Im lo yishav b'neim, az afil yesh limud gadol shall Shishim Mesechtas Lo Shavchem Menucha. Wow. So he's taking this a totally different direction.
Yeah. You know what I just noticed? We say Rachamana, right? And we usually translate it as merciful, but really we should be translating it as the loving one.
I'm not sure.
Aramaic.
I know in Aramaic it calls we refer to Hashem as the Torah.
Yeah.
Here it seems like it's talking about, maybe that's why he translates it differently. Maybe he's talking about, because maybe he doesn't like the fact that Rashi's translating it as love. Maybe he's like, why are you translating Rachman as love? It's to be peace. But
it's often that way.
Mercy, maybe. I don't know. Okay. That's a beautiful sentence, what he just said. And obviously this is his sentence, Shishim Mesechta. This is like his. This is his like divrei Hisayrus on a Friday night, you know?
Yeah, he's speaking to himself.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you Masad Shmaya Kad Rachmita Ziza Perish Ava Ben Yisrael Lavina Shmayim Chazaka. Shem Tzadikim Bale Mitzvos Umaisim Tovim Azafilim Yivladu Rak Shisha Sidri Mishnah Harmuzim Boas Vav. Okay, I have to read this slower. Perish Ava Ben Yisrael. Wait, you have to go back. Ava Ben Yisrael Lavina Shmayim. The relationship between the Jewish people and God. Chazaka, they're strong. Shem Tzadikim Bale Mitzvos, because the righteous ones are Bale Mitzvos.
Yeah.
Even if you learn only the six, how do you say it in English? The six
orders of the Mishnah.
Orders of the Mishnah. Harmuzim Bos Vav, which is included in the letter Vav. Hanikra Safsira. Kamosh Amr Bazar HaKodesh. Vav Gufa Decharva.
Oh, okay.
What does that mean?
So it says the letter Vav is a sword. Is the thing of a sword.
Hashad lo aziza she'eni shal zir mitzvos ulchein ein avos b'akadosh baruch chazaka as afilim yildu shisha mesechta shu Talmud Gadol lo sagi lehu. Wait a second. He's saying learn the Mishnah.
Even if you just learn Shisha Sidra Mishnah, if it's with love, it's enough. But even if you learn the entire Gans Shas, right? If there's no love for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's not going to do you any good.
Are you sure that's what he's saying?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, he's saying that, like, he's saying that the sword, right?
Go up a little bit. It says Perish ben Ava ben Israel Chazak Sheitzim Bali Mitzvos as I feel the do Rak Shisha Shiri Mishnah Aruz Baz Vav Gufot Decherva Hashtash the Ein Israel Zir Mitzvos Ulchein Baruch Hu. Oh, because you're not, but the key is that you're not Zara Mitzvos. So now he's saying two things. You have to have peace within.
If you're Zahir b'mitzvahs, it's because yesh avatam b'Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Right. You have to have a strong love for Hakadosh Baruch Hu to be truly Zahir b'mitzvahs.
Right.
You're not called Zahir b'mitzvahs if there's no love in it.
Right. Got it. Okay, that's it. We got through his whole thing. The next one's the next piece.
Yeah.
Amazing. Beautiful.
Amazing grace. Okay.
All right. This was number 20, by the way. We're going strong.
We are on Daf Zion. Out of how many dafim? Is it 130 in something like 130?
It gets more and more fun. That's the main thing.
That is the main thing. That is.
Yeah.
Okay, my friends. Have a good day. Later.